Today we will discuss about one of the very most important concept. Actually, both are important, lambda as well as the modules. Correct. So the lambda which we are learning right now, that will help you everywhere. The people who know about the cloud technology, right? They know already that Lambda is part of cloud as well as Lambda is part of networking nowadays, and it is also part of the I can say Python. So if I will go here and if I'll say, can you please show me the Lambda? You can see the Lambda which I am showing you right now. This Lambda is in AWS. Can you see? Yes. So whenever I will say that I want to create Lambda function, for an example, and if I'll go and if I'll say I want to create the Lambda function, now you can see. Are you able to see the Python here? Hello. Are you able to see Python somewhere? Yes. The same Lambda today we will discuss in Python. Lambda. I'm telling you the real-time application of Lambda, which we will discuss today. Fine. So what actually the Lambda is? A Lambda function is a small anonymous function. A Lambda function can take any number of arguments, but can only have one expression. Means it will take any kind of or any number of argument, and whenever you will say that I want to define the lambda function, the expression will be like, the lambda arguments in expression, the expression is executed and result is written. So here you can see, for an example, let me go here, and here if I'll say I want to create one lambda function, or if I'll say I want to use the lambda in Python, so here I will go and I will say lambda. You can see if it is inbuilt keyword, then it will turn the color from black to blue, so it is blue. Then I will say, okay, I have a one variable, I have another variable, and then I will say a multiply by b. I simply said I want to multiply the argument a with the argument b. Here I have two arguments. How many? Here I have two arguments. One argument is nothing but, okay, Satish, so we are discussing about the lambda. I've just started the lambda, right?
Okay.
So before starting, I told everyone that actually where you will use the lambda in the real time. So this is my AWS cloud, right? So
Uh-huh.
in the cloud also, we people are using the lambda. So you can see in the cloud, when I will go here and let's say this is my lambda dashboard, right? I'm in North
Mm-hmm.
Virginia region. When I will click on lambda, I don't have any function. If I want to create any function, so if you are creating the
Yeah.
function, here it will ask you that in which programming language you want to create the function.
Mm-hmm.
Java, Node, Python, Ruby, Java 8, right? You can see.
Yeah.
Correct. So see, to learn, see, every people know everything, right? But you have to understood that where actually you will use it practically. So why I am
Right.
teaching you the Lambda? I am teaching you the Lambda. Why? Because when you will start any new technology, AWS or GCP or Azure or automation or SD-WAN, at that time also you have to use the Lambda function. So we are creating the first program in Python with the help of lambda function. So here I just defined that x is equal to lambda. I have a two argument a and argument b. Now what I
Mm-hmm.
will do in this argument, I am saying that I want to do the multiplication of a and b. So if you want to do the multiplication of a and b, I will say print, then I will say x. I will define one variable, and then I will say I want to do the multiplication of 10 with the 2. When I will do this one, when I will run the program, you can see whenever you will execute any program with the help of lambda function, I'm getting the output is nothing but the 20. Yes,
Yes.
yes, you can see here I have not said anything. A is equal to 10, b is equal to 2, x is equal to, c is equal to a multiplied by b. No, here what I did, I have used the lambda function. I have a two argument. One argument is A and one argument is B. So what I want to do, I want to multiply argument A with argument B. The value of argument A is your first number and value of argument B is nothing but your second number. So whenever I will say print X, 5 and 6, so it will do the multiplication of A and B. A is nothing but whatever the first integer you have defined, and B is nothing but the whatever the second integer you have defined. Now here if I will go and if I'll put my one more argument C, right? And here I will say A plus B plus C. So right now, how many arguments we have? We have a three arguments because lambda says that you can call any number of argument. This is my argument, this is my argument, this is my argument, and this is my argument. And what I am doing with this argument, I am saying that I want to summarize the argument A, B, and C, and I want to do the sum of A, B, and C. Now, if you are defining the three arguments, here also I have to define the three value. For an example, if I'll go here and if I say 10, 2, and 30, and let me run the program, you can see the sum of 10 plus 2 plus 30 is equal to 42. Yes. So I can say that lambda is another way through which you can say that if I want to pass the multiple argument together, I can pass the multiple argument together and I can solve the program. So why people are using the lambda? Here I'm saying that this is the real-time application that where you can use the lambda. This is the first thing. And second thing is that in networking, correct? So in networking or in programming or wherever you want to use the lambda function, why you people will use the lambda function? The power of lambda is better shown when you use them as an anonymous function inside another function. Say you have a function definition that makes one argument. In see, whenever we people are talking about the function, so in function you can pass one argument only, and that argument will be multiplied with an unknown number. But here what we are doing, here we are saying that I have a multiple arguments and I want to use that multiple arguments in my one function. So we have discussed about the function in last session, if you remember. Yes, tell me, if I want to define any function, I have to use the diff keyword. Yes, agree or not? Yes, then I will say my function. So here I have created one function, my function name is my function, and I will say n. Then what I will do, then I will say that I want to return. So here what I am doing, I am calling my lambda function inside the, I'm calling my lambda function inside my function. So I will say return and I will say lambda, and then I will say A is equal to A multiplied by B. I have one argument is nothing but A. Now after that, when I will say that, for an example, if I will say my doubler. Now what do you mean by my doubler? Correct, doubler means I'm saying that I want to double something. So here what I'm saying, here I'm saying that if I will say my doubler is equal to my function which I have defined over here, the my function name is nothing but the my function, and I will say it is nothing but the 2, and then I will say can you please print my, let me say it is giving me, or yes, my doubler which is already there, and I will say 11, or I will say 22, right? So see, when I will run this program, can anyone tell me which kind of output I will get? Okay, how many arguments we have here? How many? See, first of all, if you remember when we have discussed about the function, at that time I told you that if you want to define the function, you will use the diff keyword, then you will use your function name, and these are the arguments. Yes or no? And here I said return. What you want to return? You want to return the lambda. Then I have defined one more argument here, A, and then I say A multiplied by n. Then I say my doubler is equal to my function, the function which I have defined, I call my function here, and I said 2 here. Then I say print my doubler 22. So what actually it will do, it will say that 22 into 2 is equal to 44. Let me see that which kind of output it will give me over here. 44, right? So here what I am saying here, I am saying that, can I say here I use one function inside another function? Can I say here I used one function inside another function? Okay, I have a one function. Yes, this is define my function. So this is my one function. Now, as I said earlier, lambda is also nothing but one function. Yes, yes, lambda is nothing but mathematical function. So here I used one function here, and inside this function I use another function here. Correct. So here, whenever I'm saying that I want to print one function inside another function, I can do only with the lambda. Correct. So we can define the function inside the another function. So if you want to define, you can define. If you want to define the multiple functions, you can define the multiple function. Use the lambda function when an anonymous function is required for short period of time. Correct. So lambda is very short. If you want to use it, you can use it. Otherwise, not. Now, as compared to lambda, this module is very, very important. If any person know about the automation, let me tell you that telnet, for an example, telnet program for automation. Let me go into the image and let me show you if any program is there or not. Or let me say telnet library in Python. Correct. So whenever you will see here, or let me show you here, you can see here I'm using the IDLE. Yes. So now this time I will use the IDLE. If you want to, whenever we people are talking about the module, we have to go with the IDLE. So what actually the module is? What is a module? Consider a module to be the same as a code library, a file containing a set of functions you want to include in your application. Create a module. To create a module, just have the code you want a file with the file extension .py. Now, for an example, if I will, you can see this program, right? Let me go to my drive. Let me say this is my Python. I'm just creating one folder. Now I want to open my Python IDLE. So this is Python IDLE. When you will install the Python, it will automatically, it will install the IDLE automatically. So what I will do now, listen to me carefully. I will say new file. Then I will save this file. I will say save as. I will go into my desktop. This is my Python folder. And here I will say the name of this one is nothing but the module. I'll just save this particular file. Now listen what I will do. If I will go here and I will say that I want to create one module, then I will say import. My screen is visible. Let me show you here if I can make it large for you. Windows help option, show code context, zoom height. Just a moment. Let me check. If it is visible, then fine. Otherwise, I have to. Okay, fine. Leave it. Okay. So here I said import, and then I will say my module. You can give any name, whatever the name you have given. You have to just type the name. You can say module only. Then I will say, or let me say import from my module, and I will say my module. Remember, this is very, very important. Is equal to greetings You are greeting someone, and I will say I am greeting to Imran. I will save this file. I just save this file. Now tell me one thing. If I will go here and if I will put the same code in my collab, and if I'll say run the program, you can see it will give me an error. Yes. Yes or no? That means you cannot run this program over here. So why this program is giving me the error? This program is giving me the error because what I will do now, I will go here. I will create another file and I will save this file. I will say save as my module.py. Now inside this module, what I will say, define one function, and my function name is, let me show you here. Let me open my another window here. So I'm using both windows this time. I will say define one function, and my function name is nothing but greetings. And I will say put any name here, any person name, whatever the name you want to put, you can put it. Then I will say print, and I will say hello. Then I will say plus, and I will say name. Now tell me one thing, where I have written the hello, in which file I have written the hello. You can see the file name. What is the file name where I have written the hello? My module, yes or no? Hello. Are you able to see the file name? Are you able to see the file name? Yes. Here I print the hello, and here I print import my module, and I say my module dot greetings and Imran. See what will happen when I will run this program. Which program? When I will go here and I will say, can you run this program? Okay. Which output I am getting? Now listen. This is your module. This is because of the module. Whenever you will start the automation in your first program, you have to use this one. Hello, I have written in this file. Yes. Agree or not?
Yes.
Yes. And Imran, I have written in this file. Yes. Yes or no? So when I am running this file, it is taking the hello from here and Imran from here. Yes. Agree or not? Yes. Why? The reason is why? The reason is that here I said import. Import means put something inside. So I said import. Now from where you have to import? You have to import from my module. Where?
My module.
My module. You have to import from my module. Here I said my module, and then I say my module. That means I am calling this file here. Yes, agree or not?
Yes.
Yes. Then I said greetings. And if you can see, greetings I have defined here. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Then I said Imran. If you see, I have defined the name here. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I also said that whenever you will print it, you have to print hello, and then you have to print the name. And what is the name here?
Imran.
Imran. Interesting. Yes or no? See, no one will teach you line by line. In this world, no one will teach you the line by line. Why I am teaching you? Because I want to show you that what is the importance of module. You can see here I have created the two files in the same folder. Agree or not?
Yes.
Yes. So your module file and your main file should be in the same folder. If you have seen, before running this program, this file was not available. Yes. But after running the program, this file is available. Can you see this file?
Yes.
Yes. You can see I'm not getting anything in this particular file. Why? Because this file is .pyc file. Which kind of file? .pyc file. So this is not the Python file. But whenever you will run this program, whenever you will run module program, it will call to my module. After calling to the my module, it will print the output for you. And that output is the combination of file number 1 and combination of file number 2. So this is my output. Yes. And this is my another file. Yes. So what we did here, we import the module named from my module and we have called the greeting function. So technically I did nothing here. Whatever we have discussed in our previous session, I combined these whole things together and I'm printing for you. You know the function, how to create the function. Whenever you want to create the function, you will use the diff, stands for define your function name and the argument which you are passing inside the function. To get the output, you have to use the print statement. Inside the print statement, I use the hello and I said plus name, add the name, whatever the name you will say. Then here I use my import. Import is nothing but one kind of module. I'm importing something from my module. My module dot greetings. Greetings I have defined here. And I said name is nothing but the Imran, which I said over here. So whenever I will run this file, for an example, if I'll go back here and I will say instead of Imran, I will say Jagdish. I will save the file. I will go here. I will run the module. When I will run the module, I will get the output hello Jagdish. Hello from this file and Jagdish from this file. This is nothing but the module. So here I put everything over here. When you'll go and when you follow the instruction, you will get it. Now variable in the module. Now you know very well what do you mean by module, right?
Yes.
And what do you mean by variable? You know what actually the variable is. Module can contain anything. Module can contain the functions. How we can say module can contain the function? Because this module contain one function, greetings. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So module can contain the functions as already described, but also a variable of all types. You can define arrays, you can define dictionary, you can define list, you can define objects. For an example, if I will go here and if I will say, this is my module file. Yes, this is module file and this is my module file. Let me close this file. Let me take this file again over here. Now you can see this is my module file. Yes or no? Yes. For an example, if I'll go here and if I will say person one, now this time I'm not using the function. I'm using something else. I'm using the dictionary. I can use the list. I can use the whatever I want to use. Then I will say, see, yeah, I will say name and I will say Satish. Done. So if you are defining multiple variable, then you have to use the comma. So one thing I have defined, then I will say, okay, the age of Satish is 28. Then I will define one more variable. I will say country. Satish is staying in Australia. Sounds good. So I put three variable over here. I have a one person whose name is Satish, whose age is 28 and he is from Australia. And then I will say, okay, close the module number one. So you can see in my module, I have defined three variable name, age and country. Make sense? Yes. Now what I will do, I will go in my another file. And from this file, I will say import from where? From my module, because my file name is my module. And I will say my module. Now this time if you remember previously we defined the greetings function, and that's why I define function. That's why I define greetings. Now this time I don't have a function. Instead of function, what I will say, I will say person one. Person one means I'm calling this one. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now if I will go here and if I will say, can you please print the name and control S, and then so here if I'll say I want to print the name, so we are not using the function. So whenever you are not using the function, you can use either dictionary or list or whatever, and then I will say okay, print. Now what you want to print? I want to print or I want to store this value in any of the variable. When I will run this program, you can see what actually happens in the backend. Okay, what I have defined here, name, yes.
Yes.
And what is the name here? Satish here. Yes.
Yes.
And here I call my module dot person one. That means I'm calling to my this particular module. Let me run the program and let me see which kind of output I'm getting. You can see I'm getting the error. Here it says that sorry, you have not defined the A. So here I have to define A is equal to, I will save and I will run this program again. What I'm getting? Satish. Okay, let me go here. Instead of name, if I will say I want to print the age and I will say run the program, it will print 28. Okay, I will go here and I will say instead of age, I want to print the country and I will say run the program. I will get the Australia. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now see, think logically that I have a two separate file. Both files are in the different folder or different file. Still, whenever I'm calling to one file, it will take the value from another file and it will print the output over here. Yes. Yes. When you will start the big programming, in this one you will call many things. You will call, okay, I want to import something from telnet library. I want to call, or I want to import something from netmico library. I want to call something from paramico library. Correct. So when you will become the expert, you will come to know that how actually it works. So now tell me one thing. Here I have a two files, right? And we people are talking about the modules. We people are talking about the modules. There are some inbuilt modules are there. There are some inbuilt modules. So first of all, you can see here, you can name the module file whatever you like, but it must have the file extension. What you can give whatever the name you want to give, but make sure that the file name should be, or file extension should be .py. Now let's talk about the built-in modules. What do you mean by built-in module? Built-in module means some modules are already there. Some modules are already built in. For an example, let me go here. Let me close both files. Let me close this file. Let me close this file. Now here what I will do, I will create another file. Yes. So I will go here and I will say IDE. I will open my new IDE terminal. And in this terminal, I will see, first of all, you have to create the new file. I will create the new file and then I will say, I want to save this file. So if you want to save this file, you can save this file anywhere. I will go here and I will say, this is for my system. You can give any name. You can see, I just created one IDLE file, in short Python file.py file. Now this time I will say import. You will get the reason that why I am using the new file, why I'm not using the same file which we used earlier. Here I will say platform and enter. Sounds good. Let me go x is equal to platform, and then I will say system. Then I will say print the value of x. Okay, how many files we have in this case?
Only one.
Excellent. Only one. I don't have any platform file. Yes or no?
Yes.
Satish, I don't have any platform file.
No platform file.
No platform file, right? I have only one file. In our
Yes.
previous case, I had a two file, right?
Yes.
Module and my module. In this case,
My
I
module.
have only one file. My file name is nothing but the system.py. But this time
Yes.
we people are talking about inbuilt module. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let me go here and simply let me run this program. You can see it is saying that you are using the Windows operating system. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Think about the intelligence of this particular Python language. If you want to try, you can do one thing. You can, if anyone is using the Ubuntu, Linux, or Mac operating system, you can just go and you can say you can do the same thing and you can run the program. When you will run the program, you will get the Linux here. If you are using the Mac OS, you will get the Mac OS over here. I'm using the Windows operating system, so here it is saying that you are using the Windows operating system. Not only it will give me the information about this thing. If I will go here and if I say, can you show me the directory which I am using in this operating system, I just use the dir. Dir stands for directory. And I will save this file and I will run this file. Can you see?
Hmm.
Hello.
Yes.
You can see processor, Windows 32, client release, Windows 32, server release, built-in cache, copyright doc, file, loader name, package specific version, and all the directory. These are the directories which are available in my Windows operating system. These are the directories which are available in my Windows operating system. Now I have only one question. What actually this dir is, this is nothing but the function, inbuilt function. Which kind of function?
Inbuilt function.
Inbuilt function in the Python. So the dir function you can use on all the modules. You can create by yourself or you can use anyway. So if you are saying that I want to use the dir, you can use the dir. If you want to use both at the same time, you can use both at the same time. Now, till now, whatever we have discussed is about the two files or something which are inbuilt, which is already there. Yes. Now, if I will
Yes.
say that, let me go here and let me say edit with the ideally. I have opened my file number 1. I will go here and I will open my file number 2. So I have opened my both file here. This is my module.py and this is simply module.py. You know very well, when I will run this program, it will give me the output as a country name because we have defined the country name over here. Sounds good?
Yes.
Now listen to me carefully. What I will do now, I will go here and I will say that I want to combine both the program which I have created first. I will say greetings, the functions which you have defined, and I will say name. Then I will say print. What you want to print, you have to print hi, and
Yes.
I will say hi and Satish plus name. If you remember, we have used the same thing, right?
Yes.
Now, this is my first program and this is my second program. Yes. Now I am using both in the same file. Agree?
Hmm.
Sounds good, right?
Yes.
Now what I will do, I will say import. From where you have to import?
My module.
Okay, what is my module? This is my module. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, import from my module. And from my module, again you have to import from person 1. You can see I have defined the person 1. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now what you want to import? I said that import from my module. Now inside the my module, I have a one more statement person 1. So I'm saying import from person 1. Now, what you have to import from person one? From person one, you have to import, I will say person one, and then I will use the list, and I will say you have to import the name. You can import anything, but here I'm just saying that you have to import what? You have to import the name. I will save the program. Now, when I will run the program, can anyone tell me which kind of output we will get?
Hi, Satish.
Okay, let me go here and let me run the program. Invalid syntax. So here it says that, just a moment. Import my module, import person one. Okay, very good. Can anyone tell me what actually the error here is? Okay, whenever you will do the programming, you have to remember that you cannot use the import statement two times in one line. So what I will do, I will go here and I will say from my module, from my module, import person one. So inside my module, I have a person one. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Then I will go here and I will say run this program. I'm getting the output as a Satish. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now, if I will go here and I will say, no, I want to print the age, I will go here, I will run the program, I will get the 28. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, you got it. Why I use the from statement here?
Mm.
So this from is nothing but the keyword. What? This is nothing but the keyword. So when importing using the from keyword, do not use the module name when referring to element in the module. What I am saying? I am saying that when importing using the from, so here I'm using the keyword from where? From my module. Import what you want to import, you have to import the person one. So if you are using or importing the person one, always remember that you have to call the person, that means from where you are importing, and here you have to use the variable, either name or age or country. You cannot use this name Satish, you cannot use 28, and you cannot use Australia. Second thing is that, very important thing is that you always have to use this one, person one and age. Here you cannot use something like my module dot person one and age. No, you cannot use the my module here. Why? Because you already defined, you already said from your side that I have to import something from where? From my
My
module.
module.
And from my module file, what you want to import? Person one. So I'm making it simple for you. Again, I'm trying to tell you that what actually we are doing. From means from somewhere, from where somewhere, from my module. So I said from my module. Now inside this my from module file, I have so many coding over here. Out of this all coding, what I want to import, I want to import the person one. Now in from this person one, what I want to import, from this person one, I want to import what? Age. So it will print the age for you. Correct? This is not difficult. If you people are feeling, or if you people are thinking that it is difficult, why? Because the only thing is that I'm using the two file over here. How many files? Two files. If you know the automation, if you know the little bit about the automation, let me show you. where I have core Python. In core Python, let me go here and let me say, I think, I don't know whether I have here or not, but let me show you. Let me go here and let me see if I have. I just want to show you one file, Yes, this file. Which file? This file. Now look at this file. Now welcome back to the networking. Here I use which module?
Import.
One time,
Get pass.
another pass.
Telnet.
So here I said import from where?
Get pass.
Get pass. So get pass and this telnet library. Telnet lib stands for telnet library. Who is my host? My host is localhost. User, enter your remote account. If you know, whenever you will log in into the router, it will ask you to enter the username. Agree? Satish, whenever you will telnet to any router, it will ask you to enter the username. So you will say admin, right?
Yes.
Then it will ask you to enter the password. Then you
Yes.
will enter the password Cisco123, right?
Mm.
Correct. So what this
Yes.
program says, whatever we have discussed here, I am using practically here. Agree?
Yes.
Agree or not? Yes.
Yes.
But in my case, instead of this get pass, what I used? My module. What I used?
My module.
My module. But when you will do the automation, instead of my module, you already have the library for, because there are thousands of libraries are available in the Python. So at that time, what you will use?
Built-in library.
Correct. You can use the library, depends on your requirement. So if I will go here and if I will say libraries in Python libraries. So when you will say that, okay, I'm looking for the Python library. So when you click on the Python library, let me show you the Python standard library. So here you will get all the libraries, correct? Whatever these are the list of libraries. Can you see? These are the list of libraries. Or if I'll go and if I'll say telnet library in Python, correct? So when I will say I'm looking for the telnet library, can you see telnet library?
Yes.
Correct. The same library which I told you here. Yes. Telnet library, right? So when you will say telnet library, it will go to that particular library and download everything. So here you can see from telnet library import telnet with telnet localhost port number 23 means telnet as telnet dot interact change in version 3.6, correct? So here what I'm saying here, I'm saying that see, once you will finish your Python training, after completing the Python training, you have to understood at least this code. This is my main goal. Import host user password. Telnet is equal to telnet library dot telnet host telnet dot read telnet dot write. If now you know if condition. Yes, if password is equal to true, not true, then again allow person to enter one more password. Then tn dot write, then print tn dot read and all. Correct. So when you people are able to understood this program, that means now you are good to go with the automation. Correct. I will show you the automation program as well. I will show you that how you can configure the OSPF routing protocol automatically inside your router. How you can configure the OSPF routing protocol automatically inside your. Since last 2.5 months, I am only creating the workbook for you people, and today is the last night. After this session I will sit for half an hour and I will complete the workbook for security, for automation, for Python, for routing and switching, and for everything. Correct. So I designed near about more than 500 labs. Can you see the lab? This is the lab for GRE. All the coding, all the commands, step-by-step commands on router number 2, what you will do, on router number 3, what you will do. There is not a single mistakes in this workbook, not a single mistakes. You people were not able to. After that, you can see I put my router screenshot here that you are able to ping or not. Yes. So this is 180 pages, right? So since last 2 months, more than 2 months, I am only creating the workbooks. Now today is last day. I completed all the workbooks. Same to same, you will also get for the, means if you'll come in the automation in future, you will get the same workbook. Correct. So it need a lot of efforts, correct, to put it over here, to design the lab for you guys, to give you the lab for you guys. Correct. Today, like just before half an hour, I got one call from the USA, whose name is nothing but Nirali. She are looking for the only CCNA training, CCNA routing and switching, means now CCN enterprise, right? She said that I need a one-to-one training. One-to-one means she is only one and I'm only the trainer, correct? So he said that I don't want a group training. Then I said I will charge very high. He said okay. And she said that I'm working as a BA, business analyst. Now I want to move into the technical field and I want to move into the cloud. So for cloud, I want to go with the routing and switching first. I said okay, and we are starting the training from 1st of November because she is busy in the month of October. Correct. So you can see the labs here, you can see the labs here, you can see the labs here. Can you see the labs? Can you imagine how much time I spent over here to do this one? So again, I'm telling you, once you will become the expert in this one, see why I am teaching you the automation. I am teaching with the automation because I know these whole things. Correct. So once you know these whole things, you will become automatically master in this one. Correct. So it need lot of time. If I talk about my cloud is my favorite. Correct. So can you see there are 5 parts in the professional. In one part, can you see how many labs I have? Yes, 11 labs. How many? In
11.
one part only. Yeah, in one part. I'm talking about the one part. Correct. So there are 5 parts. Can you see part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So what I'm saying that either you will go with the cloud, or you will go with the routing and switching, or if you'll go with the enterprise, or if you'll go with the network or security or whatever. Nowadays this is very, very important. In short, Python is very, very important. I'm saying here live, you can see I'm telling you live, right? This is part of my AWS training. In the AWS, if I will go here and if I say my function, whatever we have discussed here, I will show you practically my function, right? I'm saying just say my function, and I want to create this function with the help of Python. And then I will say, okay, create the function, right? So when I will create function, you cannot believe, by creating, after creating this Lambda function, Satish, I can
Yes.
automatically start and stop my virtual server with this code.
Mhm.
I can automatically configure my router with this function. I can automatically create virtual server with this function. I can automatically configure L3 switch with this function. You are getting what I'm saying, right?
Mm.
Now, whatever we have discussed so far, see, now I'm talking about the multiple things. Why I'm talking about the multiple things? Because I want to tell you that whatever we are discussing right now, that is very, very important. Now tell me one thing. Today only we have discussed about the import. Yes or no? Can you see the import?
Yes.
Yes. Now these are the JSON, so it will import from the JSON. Now we have discussed about the define. Yes. Can you see the diff keyword?
Function definition.
Yes, function definition. My function name is Lambda handler, and these are the 2 arguments which I passed. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You can see I'm using the return statement to return some output. Yes.
Yes.
Correct or not? Correct. So whatever I'm teaching, don't simply mug up. No, you don't want to mug up. No need to mug up. No, nothing. Just think practically. You can see one lambda dot function, lambda underscore function dot py file is created. Yes.
Yes.
Yes or no? So whatever we have discussed today, everything over here in cloud, can you believe? I'm saying in cloud. Yes, I'm not talking only about the Python. I'm also telling you that how you can use it in the real time scenario. Why you people are learning it. Correct? Some people are getting right now, some people will also get after 3 months. Some people will also come to know about, after a long time, that why you people are learning the Python. What is the importance of Python? Correct. So it will take some time. Don't worry. Python is not easy like people are talking about, right? It is not difficult, but it is not easy as well. Now, I told you everything silently today, right? And I want answer from you. So question number one is, the lambda are defined using the diff keyword, true or false? False. Lambda is not defined with the diff keyword. If you're defining your own function, you can use the diff keyword. Now, give me the answer for this one. Which of the following functions should be used to create a new list from the given list while applying a logic? Ah, lambda.
Lambda.
I don't know, seriously. Okay, so you people are saying lambda. Let me see. Filter. Which of the following functions should be used to create a new list from the given list while applying the logic? Yes, of course you have to apply the filter. Let me go here and let me show you the question number 3. The reduced function is a part of which of the following module? Map, tools, function tools, or decorate? Okay, so I'm getting one to output. Let me go here and let me tell you function. Yes, you can say function tools. Now, which of the following symbol is used to apply a decorator? At the rate. Correct. This is some in detail library about the about the lambda. Now see here. Don't assume that whatever the answer I have marked that is correct. Which of the following function applies a function lambda on every element of the list and gives us a new list? Which of the following function applies a function lambda on every element of the list and gives us a new list? Let me see. Map. Now, which of the following will prevent? Now you have to answer this one. Which of the following will prevent a error when the required arguments are not passed to use a module inside another? Which of the following? Okay, which of the following will prevent error when required arguments are not passed? You just have to read up to here.
Say,
Okay, whenever I will say I have one module and you are calling something, just before we did the program also, right? Which of the
Yes.
following will, yes, which of the following will prevent an error when required arguments are not passed to a module inside another, which we are like which we are using, right? So we are using the import. Yes, just before we did, if you remember, I said from import. I said from my module import person one, right? So if I will use the import, it will not give me the error.
Error.
When we use a value, the default value will be okay. When we use the pass a value, the default value will be override. True or false? Pass keyword we used many times, right? So whenever you will use the pass keyword, in short, you will not get any error. It will just pass that particular statement. Correct. So that means it will override whatever the value you have. Which of the following function will list the member of a module?
There.
Which of the following function will list the member of a module? Excellent. Good. If you remember, we have seen the dir inbuilt keyword. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Correct. So whatever we have discussed today, that is not only the part of your your Python. It is also part of AWS. It is also part of automation. Which of the following functions should be used to randomly pick items from a sequence? If you think logically, you will get the answer.
Randomly.
Okay, which of the following functions should be used to randomly pick up items? If you have a sequence of item, which functions you will use? Because it might be possible that you not use this function, or if you have not created any program with this function. So that's why. But when you will do more and more practice, you will also come to know that why, how many inbuilt keywords, how many inbuilt functions, how many inbuilt libraries are available in the Python. Correct. So I used almost 100 plus library. Correct. I used, because whenever you do the automation, you have to use many libraries, many libraries. Whatever the libraries are available in the Python, you have to use almost each and every library. You can see built-in type, truth value, testing, built-in exception, string. You can see read, if, unicode, structure, codes, data, zone. So these all are the libraries. Can you believe? Functional, right? You can see statistics. You can see pickle. I don't know whether you people heard about the pickle or not, right? So whenever we people are doing the automation, we have to use the pickle library as well. You can see the pickle module is not a secure, only unpicked data you trust. So pickle module implements the binary protocol. Yes, for serializing and deserializing the Python object structure. Correct. So this all kind of library you will use it practically. Either you will use it in the AWS, or you will use it into the automation. You know about the API, right? You can see the API. Correct. So Python and AWS are part of each other. Correct. So whenever I'm saying if I want to use the API stands for application programming interfaces. So if I want to use the API, the same library we are using over here in cloud as well. Let me go here and let me show you API gateway, right? So when I will go inside the API gateway, it will give me the dashboard for API gateway, right? And from here you can create the API. So some people, if you know about the HTTP API, WebSocket API, REST API, REST API, yes. If you know about the netconfig API, if you know about the REST config API, northbound API, southbound API, yes. You can see when I said that I want to create the API, can you see some coding, by default coding over here? Can you see the code? Can you see the number of line of code?
Yes.
Yes. Over here, whatever we are discussing, over here it will help you. Can you see? Yes. Correct. And whenever you people are able to see this kind of code, no worry. If you want to create the new API, you can simply go here and you can say this is my API. Description, if you want to put, you can put. Otherwise, you can say create the API. Correct. So once you will create the API, you can see your API is created over here. If you don't know, you can go into the action and you can say the deploy the API. Correct. And I will say new stage, and I will say my stage, and I will say deploy. Correct. The REST API doesn't contain any method. So for that, what you have to do, you just have to go here and you can say I want to create one get method. And once you will create one get method, you can see one method is created. Yes. And this time I'm saying that I want to create this method with the help of Lambda function. Correct. So Lambda function, just before I have deleted Satish. Otherwise, what you can do,
Yes.
you can call, you can just put that the Lambda function URL here, and when you will say save, it will create one API for you. I hope you know API, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Correct. So you can see everything is related, right? Everything, whatever we are discussing here and whatever I'm telling you right now here, I'm telling you the same thing. So what Satish will happen, whenever you will say that I want to create one virtual server in the cloud. So whenever you are saying that I want to create one virtual server in the cloud, so when you will run that pipe, that function which you have created in the Lambda, when you will run that function, it will call to the API. When it will call to the API, it will create one virtual server for you. Yes, you can see virtual server in the cloud. Got it? Yes.
Yeah.
So these are very, very interested, right? So when you people will come to know about this kind of flow, that how actually it works in the backend. When you people will know about this one, you will become the fearless. Correct. When any interview will come, you people will say, sorry, I'm not interested in this job. Why? Because I know actually how the things are working, right? So whenever I'm teaching you people, thousands of thoughts are running in my mind. Correct. And I also know that how much you people are getting and how much you people are not getting. It may be possible that the people, those who are completely fresher, they don't know that what I'm talking about here, right? I'm just telling you the real-time application of this thing over here. How you can implement this thing over here. Fine. Okay, so that's it for the day, and we will meet tomorrow again. Yeah.
Thanks, Jagdish.